Like me, man, I love the game. I love the hustle, man. Be feeling like one of them ball-playing niggas, you know, like Bird, Magic or something. Yeah, you know a nigga got dough. A nigga could leave the league. But if I leave, the fans still gonna love me, man. I get love out here in Harlem, man. I done sold coke on these streets, man. Hash, weed, heroin. As long as niggas is feeling it, a nigga like me can hustle it. That's my gift in life, eh? You know?
I can see that they faking them niggas behave. You get put in position, then knock out your placement. Okay, I'm geek. I need a bitch.
Dust on the fingertip, now my vision clear. Chef Gills on a 40, 100 on the dash. Top tier pop bands, bitch, do the mess. Broke nigga, do the math, move. I stuck in the hood, bitch, sorry. Had a dream with the Porsche and a Rari. Had a bucket with a blow, I feel my heartless. Green dot, up the goal with a target. 23 on my feet, drop bags in the G. Got cleats in the game, move clean out. Murder for the police, I want with the body. Shit on me, little nigga move.
Of guns, drugs, and vehicles, along with stacks of cash.
Turns out a music video helped the feds figure out what to look for when they raided 2 Albuquerque homes. Guns, cars, expensive jewelry, and cash are among the images front and center in this video titled Heartless, apparently shot in a Mesa del Sol parking lot. Now, many of these items are at the center of a federal gang investigation after they popped up during an FBI raid last Thursday. This distinctive Polaris slingshot, for instance, matches one of the vehicles the feds seized when they searched a home near Rio Bravo and Isleta. Inside that home, they also found $12,000 in cash, drugs, guns, and thousands of dollars worth of jewelry, including this necklace with a pendant in the shape of New Mexico. It matches the one the vocalist is wearing in the video, that can also be seen on top of the stacks of $100 bills, along with a gold-colored counting machine, which also turned up during the search. That's not all the feds and local law enforcement found at the home. That's where they arrested Jerry Bezzi, who's believed to be one of the men in that music video. The feds learned about the video from MDC's gang unit, which is part of the FBI's Violent Gangs Task Force. The FBI says this video even helped them figure out what to look for when they drafted their search warrants for the homes of Bezzi and Julian Leyba. The feds found Leyba at the other home they raided that same day near Wyoming and Copper, finding a stolen AR-style rifle, other guns, and bulletproof vests. It's not clear whether any of the guns are the ones used in the music video, but a number of the production's other props are now in the custody of the FBI, and the 2 men, both convicted felons, behind bars. Leyba is facing federal charges, including for being a felon with a gun. Bezzi is charged at the state level for drug trafficking and also being a felon with a gun.
What's the deal, my people? Thank you for joining me in my channel, Panama's OG Truth. You could be anywhere in the world, but you chose to be here with me. And today, I got a wild one, or as they say, a wicked one. We're going to the land of enchantment. And for those that don't know what is the land of enchantment, I'm not talking about Disneyland, motherfuckers. We're talking about Albuquerque, or as they call it, the Kirky, New Mexico. Albuquerque, New Mexico. Yeah, man. And look, a lot of people just think about New Mexico as, like they say, the land of enchantment. Good food, desert, Native Americans. I mean, it has a rich tradition, like I said. But like any major city in the United States of America. And for those that went right over your head, when I say New Mexico, I'm not talking about Mexico, the country. A lot of people, they hear New Mexico and they think you're talking about Mexico. No, I'm talking about Albuquerque, New Mexico. It's a southern state here in the United States of America. Let me just say that so there won't be no confusion. You know, I gotta help some of y'all. But any major city in the United States, including Albuquerque, New Mexico, has a gang banging problem, it has a dope problem, it has a killing problem. The crime rate in Albuquerque, New Mexico is on and popping, y'all. And you don't hear about this a lot, but today we're gonna be talking about two gentlemen. And when you talk about these two gentlemen, they're associated with a gang in New Mexico, and we're gonna get to that too. But today we're gonna be covering Mr. Julian Leiva, 37 years old, and we're gonna be covering one of his counterparts. And his name is gonna be Jerry Bezzy, 34 years old. And both of these gentlemen are reputed TCK gang members. And a lot of people like, the hell you talking about TCK? Acronym for Thugs Causing Chaos. Okay? And that's a strong name for a gang, man, because you basically telling everybody what you about. You know what I'm saying? It comes a reputation with that name. And it's no different for these cats right here. When I tell you that the reputation that TCK has in the Albuquerque, New Mexico area is of dope dealers and gunslingers. Straight up. That's what they're known for. At one point in time in the early 2000s, they were to be known as one of the most hated, if not the most hated gang in the Albuquerque area. They had enemies everywhere. From what I hear, they had the green light on them. And when I say they, I mean every other gang in Albuquerque, New Mexico. From my understanding, when the TCK members get locked up, they have their own cell block. They can't put them in there with other gang members. They have a green light on them. These cats have done so much, have wrecked so much shop, have killed so many people. They have enemies everywhere. And Mr. Leiva and Mr. Bezzy, they're, I guess, the latest wave of TCK members. Like I said, they've been around since the early 2000s. And for a long time, they went underground. And when I say underground, not too much was known, not too much was heard about them. They had a few high-profile murder cases in the early 2000s. And some of these murder cases were little kids. And I'm not saying that they killed these kids intentionally. These kids were innocent bystanders. They got caught up in a drive-by. Accidentally, they got hit, they got killed. But when this type of shit happens, the authorities, the government, believe me when I tell you, they're gonna crack down on your ass. They're bringing the full weight, the full resources that the police has to offer. And it was no different with the TCK members. So the majority of their leadership was incarcerated, put up, and a lot of them were killed. Like I said, they had a lot of enemies. Well, you fast forward to the 2021, 2022, to 2023 where we at now. These two gentlemen, Leiva and Bezzy, and let me put it to you like this, because I expect more from these dudes. And the reason why I say I expect more from these dudes, for one, Leiva, he's 37 years old. He's been to the penitentiary before, okay? The same thing with Bezzy, 34 years old. So they're not spring chicken, they're not little kids. They both been to the penitentiary, they already know how the game goes. They're both convicted felons. And one thing that you learn when you go to the penitentiary for an extended amount of time, you learn not to commit the same mistakes that landed you in prison, okay? And if you get locked up and you do X amount of years or whatever, and you get out with the same mentality, doing the same dumbass shit, you deserve to get popped again. I mean, I don't wish nothing on nobody, but you gotta learn from your mistakes. And like I've told y'all before, to me, prison was a college, okay? Not only did I learn how to be a better man, I learned other things. Things that to this day I implement in life. So it's your choice. You go down there, if you wanna fine tune your skills and become a better criminal, a better gangster, there's also that. It's all about the individual, man. But Mr. Leiva and Mr. Bezzy, like I said, convicted felons. But they got out and obviously resumed, allegedly, the same old activities that put them in prison. They didn't learn shit. And that's what I'm talking about right there. And when you hear me in my videos, I'm always talking about our youth. How fucked up and how dumb they continue to do their shit. And what I'm trying to say is, they'll go out there and smoke somebody and then brag about it or rap about it. They'll go out there and commit all kinds of dope deals and fucking theft and all kinds of shit. And they'll brag about it. They'll put all their exploits online, taking pictures, you know. It's just dumb, senseless. Because this is what the government is using to crack down and put up our youth. That's what they're doing. Especially if you're out there trying to rap. Especially if you're trying to rap. If you're trying to rap, man, that shit don't fly. And you already know. If you are a subscriber, if you watch my videos, you already know what I'm talking about. I've been telling y'all, the fucking internet is the downfall to a lot of these youngsters that are out here putting in work and trying to be a rapper. And this is no different with Mr. Labor and Mr. Plzz. The only difference is they're a little bit older. And they are convicted felons. So this is what brings us right now. They decided they want to be rappers. Okay? Everybody and their mama want to rap now. Everybody. That shit is crazy. Some of y'all can rap, some of y'all garbage as fuck. Okay? And I'm not saying that about Labor and Plzz. I'll let y'all decide that. I'm here to bring y'all what the fuck is going on with these people. What's going on with these so-called gang-banging rappers. Okay? And I'm not here, like I said, to hate. I'm not here to throw dirt on anybody's name. I'm just here to bring the facts. Okay, let's get that understood, man. I don't get nothing out of that shit. Okay? But it's crazy, man, because these cats didn't learn nothing. All right? So they decided they want to be rappers, and they dropped a video. And the name of the video is called Heartless. Well, their names was ringing in the streets. Okay? And what a lot of people don't realize is, when they first hit the scene, they were known for selling heroin. Okay? And as the years have went by, the Mexican drug cartels across the border, now I'm talking about Mexico, the country, a lot of the cartels have shifted from, you know, supplying marijuana, cocaine. They're primarily doing the fentanyl thing. All that fentanyl that's hit the United States is coming from Mexico via China. A lot of the chemicals, ingredients, the Chinese are shooting it to Mexico. The Mexican cartels are taking these chemicals and making this fentanyl. It's a synthetic drug, and it's 10 times stronger and deadlier than heroin. So if you think that heroin was killing people, fentanyl is doing it at a higher rate and at a more drastic rate. And right now, this country, man, is going down the drains behind the fentanyl. Okay? And Mr. Labor and Mr. Plzz, they were pushing a lot of that fucking fentanyl, especially Mr. Plzz, allegedly. Okay? Like I said, you'll see this picture right here. I mean, a bunch of fucking fentanyl pills. That shit is no good. Because anytime you have kids that are overdosing and dying, these DE agents, Drug Enforcement Agency, these FBI feds, these cops, ATF agents, they're gonna put a bullseye on your ass, especially if your name is ringing out there. But when you drop a video and you're basically gloating and high-siding with your guns, it's like you advertising your business. And this is what I don't get. You know you in the game. You know you selling dope. You know you gang banging. And you know you're a convicted felon. So if you want to do any type of dirt after you done got out of the penitentiary, I suggest you to stay off social media. I suggest you that if you are gonna be a rapper, don't be rapping about your exploits. Don't be rapping about the dirt, the shit that you've done in the streets. Because you, out of all people, you're more vulnerable than the next motherfucker. You are. You're a convicted felon. Convicted felons in the United States of America, they cannot possess or carry any type of guns. Okay? Does it stop anybody from carrying guns if they're a convicted felon? Nope. But a lot of people don't realize, as a convicted felon, if you get caught with a gun, you're looking at more time than the normal motherfucker would. Especially if you get caught with them guns in the commission of drugs. Anytime you mix guns and drugs, them feds are looking at your ass. And that's the case right now with Mr. Labor and Mr. Bezzy, okay? Or as they say, the TCK gang, okay? They just happen to be, you know, they want to rap. So when they went underground and they were kind of like hush-hush, in other words, doormat, they didn't have the heat that they had in the early 2000s. They let that shit die down. But they have brung the TCK name back to the forefront, back to the media, back to the public, because they want to rap. So when they start dropping videos and music and they're rapping about all this shit, the feds are like, okay, he's wearing that chain right there in the video. That's Mr. Bezzy. Okay, you see that slingshot right there that was in that video? That's the one we found over here at this cat's house. They start tying in shit from the videos, your social media, and what people are telling them. And when they go on social media and they see pictures of this jewelry, these cars, these guns that you have in the video, it's a dead giveaway. And when they tie that shit to your name and they find out that you're a convicted felon, it's like you already made the case for the feds. It's an open and shut case. All the feds gonna do now is go through the, as they say, the steps to put your ass up for good. That's where that RICO charge comes in. Federal racketeering. And in that charge, other charges are bundled up with it. Like I said, man, all they gotta do is establish that you're a part of an organization, a gang, a street gang, organized crime, and you have knowledge of people within that gang that you associate with, that they're doing dope deals, murder for hire. If they could prove that you're aware that they use your car in the commission of a crime, if they can prove that you facilitated any type of financial support for any activity concerning the gang, they bundle all that shit up and they say that's a RICO charge. And once that RICO indictment comes down and the feds got you on their sight, it's not too good for you. Like I told y'all before, the feds have a 98% conviction rate. Them motherfuckers are almost undefeated. So when you out there doing your shit and you go fed, like I said, you hit the big leagues. Now, are they gonna be convicted? I don't know. All I'm telling you is shit ain't looking too good for them, okay? And it really fucks my mind up because they should have known better. By them being through the system, by them being convicted felons, by them being older, they should already be aware of the dangers. They should already be aware of the pitfalls. They should already be aware of what could happen to them. And like I said, man, these people are playing for keeps. The feds are trying to clean everything up that has to do with fentanyl in this country right now as we speak. If you have anything to do with selling fentanyl, believe me, man, it's just a matter of time. Like I said, they're not playing around. That's not like getting caught with crack or cocaine or weed. Nah. That fentanyl, motherfuckers are dying behind that shit. So if you get caught with that shit, if they can prove that you're moving that shit, bye-bye. You will be going to Disneyland. Yeah, we're talking about Disneyland now. You will be going to Disneyland. So, peep game, pay attention to what I'm telling you. Like I said, I don't know what's gonna happen with Mr. Labor. I don't know what's gonna happen with Mr. Bezzy. But what I do know is, it's not looking too good for them. So, I'm not here to how can I say, throw dirt or wish bad on them. I'm just giving you the facts. Like I said, I speak from experience. Let this be a cautionary tale, okay? If you are doing any type of illegal activity, keep it to yourself. The federal government don't discriminate, okay? White, black, Hispanic, they don't give a damn. If they know you out there doing dirt and motherfuckers are doing this, and you give them the opportunity for them to go on your social media and you over here rapping about the shit that you're doing, like I said, you got a target on you. So let's see what happens with Mr. Labor, Mr. Bezzy. I'll keep y'all updated. As soon as I hear something about this shit, man, I'll bring it to y'all, man. Like I said, this one is kind of under the radar. You know what I mean? They're not getting the notoriety of the Young Thug and YSL. They're not getting the notoriety of fucking G. Fredo and 7981 Cal up in Boston. You know, they're not getting that how can I say, the media coverage, like K-Flock done got up there in New York with the RICO shit. You know, and I could keep going on and on and on, all the examples that we have right now with this RICO shit, man. Like I said, you gotta be smart, okay? Don't put yourself in a predicament where they could use that shit against you later on down the line. If you're doing any type of illegal activity, like I said, you need to be, don't be no dumbass. Don't let the clout chasing put you in a situation that you're gonna regret 20 years down the line. Much love, God bless. To the next one, y'all stay safe, man, and check me out, man. My channel is young, all right? And the only way that I could continue bringing this heat to y'all, hit that like, hit that subscribe button, and I'll do my part. I appreciate y'all.